stones. Now, we first told you about the problems at Knollwood Cemetery last week when state regulators found the remains of over 300 infants and fetuses in several crypts that were not properly stored, according to those investigators. Well, this all stems from the investigation into the now closed Perry Funeral Home in Detroit. State regulators say Knollwood Cemetery will still be able to complete burials that are currently scheduled, but after that, no more. We're told the cemetery must still maintain the property. The state understands a lot of people have questions, and if you have questions about Knollwood Cemetery or any cemetery or funeral home, you can call 517-241-7000.
Breaking news, but we're going to begin with breaking news. 2 Metro Detroit cemeteries raided, dozens of fetal and infant remains taken away in the criminal investigation into a Detroit funeral home. Topping our news today at 5, in all, police removed the remains of 44 infant and fetuses.
The raids happened at 2 Metro Detroit cemeteries, Gethsemane near City Airport on Detroit's east side, and Knollwood Cemetery in Canton.
All connected to the criminal investigation of Perry Funeral Home. Jermont Terry live at Gethsemane Cemetery tonight with more. Jermont.
Well, Devin, DPD and members of the Special Task Force raided this East Side cemetery thanks to a tip. Now, that tipster informed investigators that potentially infants and fetuses were all cramped together in one crypt. And when DPD came out here, they found some problems. And tonight, this Perry Home funeral investigation, it expands.
It's a daunting task.
Chief James Craig gives an update on a probe that's both daunting and disturbing. Nearly 2 months after investigators raided Perry Funeral Home, unearthing more than 60 fetuses stored at the near West Side facility, that ongoing investigation leads them outside the building and onto the grounds of 2 cemeteries.
And I'm not certain if there is some relationship with the funeral home where Perry paid for this location as a storage location.
But here, inside a vault at Gethsemane Cemetery on Gratiot, police say they found more than 100 fetuses stored together. The chief says it appears some of the remains were not properly documented, despite being placed in the crypt.
Paperwork tends to support a criminal allegation.
While raiding the East Side Cemetery in Detroit, members of the Special Task Force were also turning over stones in Canton Township. It's here at Knollwood Cemetery investigators found 345 fetuses and 1 adult in a vault. It was determined 27 of those remains were improper burials. So this probe surrounding Perry Funeral Home